Hey guys, it's Eric from the Kobold Club. Today I am joined by Jeff and Casey and Ollie, who is inside of Casey's hoodie.
Sleeping currently.
Today we are going to talk about our top 3 games of 2016, and it was quite an endeavor to pick those out, wasn't it, Jeff?
Yeah, a ton of games came out this year. It seems like more and more come out every year.
Right.
So.
Yeah, this year there's a lot of good games. We've been sitting here talking about it for about an hour now, what we were actually going to pick. But so Jeff, what was your number 3 favorite game? Let's get started.
My third favorite game. So my third favorite game probably has to be Sushi Go Party. Sushi Go Party is a drafting game, and Sushi Go had come out in previous years. I'm not sure how old it's been out on the market for a couple of years. You could actually pick that game up at Target. And I have a background in Magic the Gathering and booster drafting and just drafting games in general. For those who may not know what a draft game is, you just basically look at a hand of cards, pick one, and then pass them around the table, receive a hand of cards, pick another card, so you have a customized hand of cards and you play them. Yeah. That's all Sushi Go is. And then you score the points that you've earned. The cards interact with each other.
Right. And so what was different about the past Sushi Go and the party?
Sushi Go was amazing because it was very simple, and it was a great way to teach people how to do a drafting game. But for me, I always like more depth, and I wanted to go further. And what Sushi Go does is it offers you a toolbox of different cards.
Sushi Go Party.
I'm sorry, yeah, thank you. Sushi Go Party offers you a toolbox of different cards that you don't play with every time. You play with some cards or another, and you can customize it. So if I'm playing with, someone like you and Casey, Eric, who played a lot, I can put in some really complex cards or some cards that are really mean. Mm-hmm. But if I'm playing with newer players, I can put in simpler cards or nicer ones and then work up. So that's why I love that edition.
Awesome. All right, Casey, how about your favorite game? Third favorite game.
Probably League of Legends, Mechs versus Minions. It's a cooperative, tabletop campaign game for 2 to 4 players.
Yeah.
And it kind of does like a command line type gameplay, right?
Yeah. Programming, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Cooperative programming game. It's a love letter to board games. It's beautifully produced for the amount of money you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you play League of Legends too, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
A lot.
I mean...
So do you think it does League of Legends justice?
I mean, it's not really related to League of Legends at all, other than the theme, but yes.
You don't think it captures the flavor of
I think it does, yeah.
Okay.
I think it does.
Just not the gameplay?
The humor, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't capture the toxic community. Since it's a cooperative game, but...
I did like that game, so I think we'll probably be live streaming that one here soon, actually.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, so what about you, Eric? What was your third pick for third best?
Third best, I would have to go with Cry Havoc. That's one that I haven't played a whole lot, but what I have played, it's a very good game. I'd kind of say that my description of it was it's Nexus Ops on crack. It's kind of a mix between that kind of bombastic, just fighting, going in, fighting, taking control of areas, except it has a little bit of RTS elements too. You can put down structures, and the artwork's really cool. And
so, like Nexus Ops, are we all are we just basically like vanilla armies? My guys are like your guys, or
no? That is where it is different. The miniatures are the same, but the structures and the special abilities that we have are different. So,
okay.
So we all have different looking miniatures from one another. It's not like we all have a dragon and then we all have the fungus guys. We all have, like, you might be robots, you might be the 4-armed ghost priest guys. I don't know what they're called.
I like the robots.
Yeah, I haven't begun to play this one, but it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It's very colorful.
All right, Jeff, how about your second favorite game of 2016?
Ooh, second favorite. We're getting tough here. For me, I guess my second favorite would have to be Vast: The Crystal Caverns. Vast was a Kickstarter that I kickstarted, I believe, a year back. I love dungeon crawls. As much as I'm a Eurogamer, my past is in dungeon crawl games. And what was appealing to me about Vast is it's just so different from other dungeon crawls. And here's why. It's because say I'm playing the hero, it's very standard. I've got like a level up, but Eric, you might be playing the cave itself, and so you will be laying out the cave in a way that you want to like get me lost or confuse the players. Casey might play the dragon, and
Of course, I'm going to play the dragon.
yeah, but her mechanics will be totally different. So, depending on what role you're playing, it's just you come at it from a different angle, and there's just so many ways to vary it up.
Sure.
The reason I wouldn't say it was number one is I don't think I love all the roles in the game, but there's a big toolbox there there's something for someone to love.
And you kickstarted the expanded roles here recently.
That's right. So that's important to note. They came out with a revised edition. The game was produced by Leader Games, which I think this is their first production.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that.
Like they're definitely their first like big splash production.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure they're a newer company. So they went ahead and did a revised edition, but they were very cool about it. You could just do like a $10 pledge for the next edition that got you all the upgraded components. And of course, I spent a little extra money to get the bonus Kickstarter rolls. So there's even more options for how you play the game now. So that was the one for me. Second place, really, really excellent game. What about you?
My second place was Mansions of Madness, I would say.
Ooh, yeah.
Mansions Madness, second edition, right?
Yeah. I really like that it's app driven. I like it that it's app driven. You don't have to. It's not the setup is super easy. You can just jump right into it. I like that you can save your progress and then pick up exactly where you left off. Which is, I don't think it was something you could do with the first.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it definitely was more difficult. The first version was all cards and tokens, and there's shit everywhere.
More like Dungeon Quest.
Yeah, I played the first edition half a time. We gave up on it. Had you played the first edition?
I had never played the first edition. I'd seen it before, but
yeah, there was definitely some issues. But man,
I feel like even though like when you play it, you uncover things, and if you go back and you know that what's gonna happen or what you're gonna find, I still think that it's like super replayable, which is not.
It's the weakness of time
It
stories.
is the weakness of time
An excellent
stories.
game, but man,
Yes.
that's the downfall. You can only have that excellent experience once.
right. So Mansions of Madness is definitely a runner-up for me from everything that you said there. I know to go off what you were saying, like I've ran people through that in multiple different groups through that intro scenario, and every time it's a little bit different, and it's still fun to play through again, especially to see how people do different things, you know. So, my wife also, if she was here, she would say Mansions of Madness is her favorite game of the year.
So what was your number two then?
My number two was Vasta Crystal Caverns.
Yeah.
I have to go with you on that. I think you covered it pretty well, but I like the aesthetics of it. I think the art and everything it's kind of a throwback to retro, but not really. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. So that's my favorite aspect of it. I like the variable roles, and we did a live stream of it. It's on Facebook, so if you guys want to check it out, koboldclub.com/ Facebook.com/Kobold Club. There's a live stream of us playing it on there. So
Yeah, that was a good time. What was your favorite role you played of the roles? Because you've done Goblins and Cave so far.
I've done Goblins and Cave. I want to check out the Hero, just because it seems to be kind of like the archetype, you know, questing.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of fun, but I think I liked the Cave the most out of the two that I've done.
The Hero, is that one that we haven't played yet, or is that the Knight?
That's the one that Liz always plays.
Okay.
Or I meant to say the
the
Knight.
Knight.
Yeah, Hero Knight. But yeah, definitely a cool game.
You just want to try to kill me.
Casey always plays the dragon, guys. It's the
The
truth.
dragon's badass.
The
The dragon is
awesome.
super cool, yeah.
He gets to sneak around underneath the dungeon.
Yeah. All right, so I think it's time for our number one games of 2016. You want to start us off, Jeff?
Sure. Okay, so for me, this is a tough one. My number one game of the year is Innis. Innis is a game that was instantly appealing to me because of the artwork. Now, if you go out there and look at the cover of the game, you won't understand why, because the cover is a little tough to look at, very garish, super bright colors, but if you go inside the box, the tiles are beautiful. They're these beautifully illustrated landscapes, And then if you look at the other components of the game, the artwork is very reminiscent of 80s fantasy artwork, and that was what drew me to it immediately. But because it's a dudes on the map game like Risk, which aren't games I'm typically that drawn to. You know, I definitely love some Nexus Ops, Blood Rage. I think are both great examples. Innis appealed to me because of the art, but I stayed for the mechanics. Mm-hmm. It holds a mechanic I've already talked about once that I love, card drafting. If you want to move your guys to a new territory, Eric had to have not drafted it or stopped me from doing it. You just have these options because everything's controlled by this card draft that happens at the beginning of every round. You can just see where people are going, and the card pool is so small, everyone can quickly grasp what is happening. It's not a game that's like, you know, oh, I got to play this 3 or more times before I even understand what my options are. You understand your options. The depth of the game comes from outsmarting the other players at the table, and that's what I love about that.
Yeah. I really had a good time when we played it the other day too. There's also a live stream of that one that we did.
Oh yeah, that's right, we did.
That was our impromptu.
Yeah, it was very impromptu, very improv, but it's on Facebook as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Innis is a good game.
Yeah, Innis is a good game. That was a lot of fun.
Was that a runner-up for you?
It was a runner-up for me, for sure. But my number one game I have to say is Vast the Crystal Caverns.
So that makes 3 of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that was you guys' number 2, but it's my number 1.
For a startup indie type thing, like, damn, that got pretty high up on our list. Like,
yeah, and it got even more points with me because there's a goddamn unicorn coming out.
Oh yeah,
there's a unicorn.
Unicorn's a new role coming out.
Which I'll have to, like, set the dragon aside for.
Well, we'll see.
All right, so that's 3 votes for Vast the Crystal Caverns.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and a game I didn't think I was going to love the first time I played it.
Yeah. I really like that game.
Yeah, I do too.
A lot. And the reason I put it at number 1 instead of number 2, because even though Mansions of Madness is replayable, it's not as replayable as Vast.
I think the only reason that I didn't put it at the top of my list is because it is pretty hard to teach to people.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like that first time we played, it was like you just have to constantly be looking at your individual rule sheet and the rule book, and I've heard that they've kind of improved that with the new version. They said they revised some of the player sheets and stuff to make it a little more streamlined, but
I still have to imagine, like, I think we're still getting rules wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like small ones, I'm sure that's just how it is. It's such a complex game.
I'm really excited for the next edition on that to come out.
So then what is your number 1 game?
My number 1 game, without a fucking doubt, is Star Wars Rebellion.
Of course. The huge Star Wars.
It's got to be the Star Wars game. No, okay. Set aside the Star Wars bias or the label for just a second, and you got it.
Sure.
It's a solid game. It's kind of a streamlined version of your standard go out and take over the galaxy game. You throw with a twist on it, though, that is very asymmetrical. So one player is the rebels, and they're trying to run away and keep their rebel base secret, and the Empire, who has an extremely larger army than the rebels do, are trying to just flood out and take stuff over until they can figure out where the secret base is and kill them off. The best mechanic, though, is that you do actions by selecting a leader that you have in your pool. You put them on a planet, and then you activate that area to do whatever actions, and they're all card-driven. So it's got some complex strategy, but the rules I think, are fairly simple. Plus, it's like watching a Star Wars movie in a box. It's very narrative.
So the Star Wars isn't just slapped on top for this?
No,
I haven't played, so I don't know.
No, it's definitely driven by the story of Star Wars. So, like, the things you can do in the game make sense in the Star Wars universe, I guess you could say.
Do you remember texting me when you were playing that?
I don't know.
You were playing Star Wars Rebellion with Liz, and you informed me that she was about to get fist-fucked in her dreams. Because you...
Can we say that on video?
Yeah, we can say it, yeah.
You
Sorry, guys.
went somewhere and she was trying to get in that area, but it was actually a trap.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, don't tell Liz. And I am reading your text message out loud, and this fucking clown here is like, oh, I'm gonna text Liz.
To be fair, I just texted her a classic quote.
He said, no, it's a trap. And she's like, oh, it's okay. I'm going to do this.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she got burned.
Yeah, that's a good game. If you wanna kidnap, like for instance, I kidnapped Admiral Akbar, and then I blew up the planet, the Mon Calamari planet, where
You made him watch?
Yeah, I made him watch. I made him watch as I destroyed that, and in turn, that destroyed Liz's main production of the Calamari cruiser ships. So
Brutal, man.
it's a brutal game.
Did you have to sleep on the couch at night?
No. All is fair in games, I guess, for the most part. So yeah, I think solid choices for 2016.
Yeah.
What do you think Ollie's choice was?
I don't know. Ollie, what was your choice? I don't think
Sleeping is Oliver's choice. He's in the lab there.
I'm gonna guess it was probably Puppy Racer.
It's
Probably.
always Puppy Racers,
Yeah.
even though it came out in like
It didn't.
1998.
Something. You should shake the box to see if it's his favorite.
There might be bonus content later.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video here. Make sure to like us on Twitter at Kobold Club and on Facebook at facebook.com/Kobold Club. See you later.
Later on, guys.
Later on.
Continue keeping it real.